YouTube, what is going on today? It's your second favorite referee, Indie Bald Ref. WWE Unreal has released an episode 1, apparently has a bit where they talk about the referees in the WWE. So you know that a professional wrestling referee on the independents has to watch this and give my take on it and talk about it a little bit. So I'm excited that WWE is shedding light on the referees. It's so often that I tell people that I'm a referee for wrestling. People are like, so you are a referee in a sport that's rigged? And it's always like, oh, there's so much more to it than that. So I'm excited that WWE is shedding some light on it and showing that we're not just there to look pretty. So I'm excited to take a look at this and watch a little bit of it with you guys and react to it. So here we go.
That as well as I'm talking to the referees.
That's
the
us.
referees can hear me.
We need to go, Spider. We need to go.
Need to go, probably telling them to
The
go
producers
home
are
or to hurry up
talking
with the
to
spot.
The referees.
All right, stay with Jacob. Braun's going to meet him with a chair.
Wow,
that
it's
he's
that
playing from
in
behind
depth.
timepieces.
Stay
It's a
even
whole
where
new
to
world in my
stand.
earpiece.
Referee, the biggest thing you do as a referee is you check on the wrestlers. That's the most important thing, making sure that the wrestlers are okay.
Whatever that
Wow.
instruction is, it goes right through the ref.
So what's different between WWE and in the independent circuit? So in the indies, obviously, I don't have an earpiece. Telling a wrestler to slow down if they're new makes sense. All they're thinking about is their match. Okay, this, okay, lock up, roll up, from there, stand up, go to the corner, sell, do this, do that. And oftentimes the first thing that they forget is the basics, right? The emotion behind the face, really selling the pain to the crowd, especially if you're a baby face. You want them to get behind you, and the best way to do that is for them to feel bad for you and to really hate the heel. I really had to do it maybe once or twice if they're very, very green, telling them slow down. A lot of the times when they're green, they'll forget the spot and they'll tell me what's next. And like some matches, I sit there with them when they build it, and I'm comfortable remembering the match. But sometimes it's, hey, you're reffing this match, it starts in 5 minutes. All right, cool. And then what's the finish, what's going on, anything I need to know. So when you're not familiar with the match as a ref, that's when you go to the other worker and you say, hey, what's next? And then you relay the information. So there's a lot of speaking to the wrestlers back and forth and relaying the information. WWE, it seems that they tell the ref exactly where they need to be and what they need to do, and tell them, you heard it, slow down, tell them to slow down. So that's interesting.
Probably the biggest pitfall that we need to look out for.
Timing, I'll get on
I
that.
can
in a
relay
minute.
messages through the referees to the talent.
Going heavy or going short are equally bad.
Yeah.
So
Plan
hit
B,
your
hit your
time.
time.
Plan B.
Exactly. Okay, so in WWE, it's a little more professional, and obviously they have the budget for this sort of things. In the indies, typically it's the referee that is in charge of tracking time. So you don't wear a watch, right? Like I don't go out there with a watch and beep, start the timer when the match starts or whatever. And sometimes there's a giant clock in the arena. Usually there's a clock somewheres that you can find, and you keep track of the time. Now there's 2 different sets of time, typically depending on the company that you work for. Is the time bell to bell, or is it curtain to curtain? And what that means, bell to bell, is when the bell rings, when the bell ends. So that does not include entrances. And it's important to know the difference, because if they say they have 10 to 12 minutes bell to bell, well, 10 to 12 minutes without entrances. If someone has an Undertaker length entrance and they cut a promo before or after the match and they have 10 to 12 minutes, that's very different than if they have 10 to 12 minutes for the entire thing. You want to know exactly how much time they have, and typically it's the referee's job to keep track of that. And if you go over your time, it's not good, and it's seen as disrespectful. Let's say you build a match, you have 8 minutes. You build the match. Okay, start, middle, end. This is what's going to happen. This is what we're going to do. Perfect. We have 8 minutes worth of match to tell the story we want to tell. All of a sudden, because I messed up, they have to cut that in half. 4 minutes to tell their story, to get over, to get their spots in. that's going to have some heat, right? And the heat typically would go on the referee, I would say. So it's very, very important to stay within your time. Overall, I really enjoyed that. It showed what it's like to be a referee in the WWE. It's like I've said, it's different than in the independents, and hopefully that I could shed some light on it. And I don't want to speak for every referee for every company. These are just my experiences in the last 2 years of being a referee. So if you want to see more stuff like this, please comment down below and leave a like. The more likes, the more comments there are, the more I know that you want to see me react to things like this and talk about what it's like being a referee in the independent circuit in professional wrestling. Thank you all so much for tuning in to this one. I hope you all enjoy SummerSlam this weekend. I am Indy Baldref, and I will see all of you beautiful people next time. So see you next time, guys.